Haha, we're live. Did you think I was giving up? I don't think so. Late gang, yeah, we got the late night stream, last hour of the stream. I still went live, I'm still here. No, I did not get eaten by a bobcat. Alright, super late night stream. Final Fantasy and hot Victini, those are the keywords. And working on slabs. Alright, we have about an hour and a half together. Let's go spread that link. I think it looks like Alex already did. Thank you, Alex. Alright, and let's go back here. I knew you couldn't stay away. I simply could not stay away. Alright. That good? I like this Plants vs. Zombies music. It's actually really well designed for, like, repetitive listening, basically. Which kind of makes sense, right? What do we got here? Hey, everyone. Happy Thursday. Yes, it is basically Thursday now. 4 a.m. in the morning, that's Thursday morning. We could call this the super early night stream. Super early morning stream. Final Fantasy. Hot Victini working on slabs. So guys, yes, it is another stream. Let's check the Discord messages. Oh, cool. Oops. Somebody sharing a cool picture. Here's Mr. Steven, and Steven says... He's showing off some cool cards. So you got binder cards. I gotta say, I don't generally buy whole binders unless they're at an unusually low price. So I might not be the right guy. Joshua Collins Cash App, says Mr. Scuffed. Okay, let's see. There's a Joshua. He had a question whether I'd serviced his order. Okay, and I believe I did. Okay, here's a message from Lewis. He says, if you did my shipping label for yesterday, my name is Louis Ruiz. Looks like Louis Ruiz is over here. So, let's see. Oh, here's this weird Louis Ruiz. This weird shipping software does not work super well. It like blocks everything out. Alright, so this does not weigh 14 pounds. This weighs 8 ounces. And we're gonna hit print postage. We're getting up-to-date rates. Sure. Is this the third Victini break? In fact, it is. Wade Skiffrays, Alex Lopez. Let's see. Playing Skyrim. Still playing Skyrim. Alex, you got to try that new game, Elden Ring Night Rain. I just beat the Sovereign super bad guy. Well, not just now. Earlier today I did. I was late because I was spending some time with Karis. To tell you the guys the truth, I've been spending a lot of time with her. She's been feeling kind of bad lately. And so we actually hung out all night. Here's Louis Ruiz. Too much stress in life. Speaking of stress, my neighbor giving me some stress, man. He's the guy who wanted me to pay for the big road repair. He didn't want just a road repair. He wanted a road upgrade. And I said, why don't we just fill the pothole? It's really cheap. He's like, no. We need to do this specialty blacktop on our private road that you share with us. And because I want that, you have to pay $2,000 for that. And I said, I don't really want to pay $2,000 for blacktop because it only costs about $800 to repair a pothole. So I said, why don't we just fill the pothole? The pothole that he created, he made the pothole. He had a home expansion. He like doubled the size of his home. And a bunch of heavy construction crew guys came through with their car, broke the road there. And so he's like, well, this road needs a repair. Yeah, because you broke it. He's like, we're going to do a blacktop. Everyone's got to pitch in, including you. And so he and I had a back and forth about that almost a year ago. Well, a year later, Alexis is sitting in my driveway with, she's needing a little car repair. I think her alternator stopped working or something, right? And he drove up to her, not to me, mind you. He drove up to her and shouted at her that she was not allowed to use our private road. She says, "You may not drive on this private road." She's parked in my driveway. It's my road too. And unbelievable. I just can't believe he did that. She's just a young lady. Like, it's so not manly. To me, you know, a man would have driven up and he would have asked to help her with the car. So this angry old guy, and he's about 50. If I had to bet, he's about 50, 55. That's about the age, I think. He drove up and he shouted at her because he probably guessed she works for me, and he's being a harasser. So really, really unhappy about that. Anyways, he won't, I can't call him. When I call him, the phone says he's not, you know, he doesn't have a phone. That's what it claims. And then we've texted. He and I have texted a lot. My very last message to him, by the way, after the road work was done, I said, you know, I'd like to pitch in for the road work. And I said, can I send you money through PayPal, ZELLE, or Venmo? No answer. He wouldn't answer me. So he thinks the road is his now or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'd heard about him shouting at maybe like UPS to not use our road before. I've heard of that. Karis mentioned it one time. I was like, what? That's crazy. But he actually drove up to Alexis and shouted at her. I can't believe it. So I don't know what we do now. What do we do? Install cameras, report them to the police? I don't know. Like, what do you do? You can't do that, man. Should have caught it on video and filed a police report. I think that's what we're going to have to do. But here's my other thoughts. He can also do stuff. So he can probably try to file like maybe like a nuisance complaint or something like that. I don't know. So there's my life getting more complicated. This guy runs a card shop from his home. It's a big nuisance. It's got nothing to do with the card shop. He's just mad that I didn't want to pay for his stupid blacktop. That's all it is. And I don't know what happens next. But I told him we need to talk, and he won't answer me, and so that's where we're at now. So that's stress. It's odd. Things are never just okay. Can things just be okay for a while? Man, can things just be okay? Time to move. Yeah, we might move. We were already planning on moving, so I mean, in a while, it won't be an issue at all. We're going to get to a new house anyways. Neighbors from hell. You know what? He's closer to death than I am. So he can have whatever he wants. He's going to die eventually. I mean, I'm going to die eventually too. That's not a great way to think. It's just, it's why you can't have nice things. You know, you can't have nice things. He's so mad that I didn't want to pay for his blacktop road, even though I offered to pay for it after it was done, even though I offered to pitch in for a pothole repair, and even though it was his construction crew that caused the big pothole, he's still so mad at me that he's going to shout at a young lady. Alexis is like 20 or 21 or so. I think she's like 21, 22, and she's not even old. He must be like 55 shouting at a young lady because she drove like 10 feet down a private road into my driveway on a road that belongs to me too. I can't believe it. I don't know what to think. Michael Pettiford, 1-pack snipe of the Korean rocket. That's my side of the story. He's probably going to say something like, oh, this jerk, he UPS, every day, UPS, ruining my road. I paid for that. So I didn't even want the blacktop, though, and it's my road, too. Yeah, it's your problem. He legit shouted. That's how it was described. I was told that he shouted and cussed. That's what I was told. Shouted and cussed. Here we are. I wasn't there. I didn't watch it, but that's what I was told. All right. He could get a restraining order against her. Oh, for what? For existing? She's not threatening him. I'm not threatening him. No one's threatening him. He is literally just mad because someone uses the road to get to my house, and I didn't pay for the blacktop that he wanted. And I offered to pitch in. He didn't respond. That was my last message to him. I told him, hey, I'll pitch in for this. And he didn't text back, even though he does text. He texted me a lot. We are crazy, man. He's nuts. I wouldn't have even predicted he did that. I didn't think he was so bitter because there were no signs of it. So I guess he's really angry. It's Caitlin. Hey, it's Caitlin. There we go. All right. She was not on his property. Alexis was squarely parked on my property. It was mine. And, yeah, nuts, dude. Just real crazy. Okay. She should just ask ChatGPT. ChatGot. Yeah, ChatGot. All right, guys, so we obviously started in the very last hour. It is 4:05. We still started. That's the good news. but it's probably going to be a really not so great stream. Because when you start this late, everyone's gone to bed. YouTube does not advertise your stream if you do not have it up for a long time. And so we're not going to have a lot of viewers and probably not as many orders. But we're live. We're here to talk, do whatever you guys want. Hang out a bit. Turn down this Plants vs. Zombie music. Did he step onto your property? No, from what I understood, he was in his vehicle. But, here's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting he's going to file a complaint that I run a business out of my home. So that's what I'm predicting. Yep, that's probably what he does next. Here we are. All right, here's Palafin. He's so angry that he's going to shout at Alexis for being at my house. I'm betting that's what happens next. Here it is. Here's Melodic. Oh, yep, you're right. Yeah, he's going to complain that I run a business or something. I don't know. Here's Lycia. I already looked up the zoning laws. We have a right to run a small business from our home. We're within a zoning area that allows that. So what he has to claim is that, like, it's too noisy or something. I don't know. What can you even complain about? It's a card shop. We don't do anything. We're like ghosts almost. You almost wouldn't know anyone lived in this house, except for the rare times that Karis and I step outside. It's not even that common. We rarely go outside. We barely leave the home. It is. Yeah, we are literally like a ghost neighbor. You wouldn't even know we lived here. Here's the King of Spades. With Lily Huggins Solgaleo. Old and bitter. Yep, that's right. You're not late. You're early for tomorrow. He shouldn't be allowed to complain about something that's none of his business. Again, I know exactly. Oh, hold on. Left my TikTok open. Lady talking about gold. All right. So, yeah, it's nothing to do with the business at all. It's strictly just that he's mad that I didn't want to pay for the stupid road. That's what it's all about. He's mad about that. Poker Lily. All right, let's try this out. Let's see. Well, how about Poker Solgaleo? Doopy 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 doo doo. None for sale. Okay. There's no data on this card. What if I were to scan it and check the population on it? Let's check the population. How do you feel about all the layoffs? Yeah. Well, we talked about that in the daytime stream slightly, and I said you can't have all these jobs that aren't profitable. They have to be profitable, bottom line. And I said that's what makes companies good. I said the reason companies are good and the government is bad is because companies, when things don't work right, they shut down. When the government doesn't work right, they go into trillions of dollars of debt with your money. Sad. Yeah. When a company's losing money, they fire the underperformers. When the government's losing money, they just elect the next one. So I like companies. They trim up when things aren't working right. All right, here we are. I'm going to bet that they had a lot of workers that just were redundant. I think actually specifically they spoke about like too many managers or something like that. I think I heard that. There was too many managers. Microsoft done got screwed up. This neighbor sounds like my parents' neighbor where they complained about a neighbor's car being in front of a different neighbor's house and made it quite racist. Yeah, well, I don't think he's racist. He and I are both white guys, so I don't think that's it. But he is certainly mad that I did not give him money. And, yep, that's what it's going to be all about. And I can't agree with him. What bothers me about what happened today, so he shouted at Alexis. He knows I'm home. I'm home like 24/7. He could come up to my door and talk to me any day, anytime. I've never turned him away. He and I have never shouted before. And he's just harassing her. And it's like, it's kind of cowardly. He should have just talked to me. I think it's a coward move. Yeah, I don't know what happens next. Who knows? So we'll find out about that. Let's try playing card. PSA 10 playing card. Solgaleo. Nope. How about playing card Lily? Nope. Okay, there's just none of these for sale. So I'm just going to make up a price for this now. Are you ready? So this price is based off of the other Lily cards in this set, and it's going to be about $300 even. And it's going to say 7.25 because it is the month 7. The Perfect Dark on 360 was actually fantastic. I heard about that. Perfect Dark, we talked about in the daytime stream. Perfect Dark got canceled. And I mentioned, that I thought that was a popular shooter. And I don't know much else about it. I never played it myself. But, you know, if it was canceled, it must have been canceled for good reason. And what do you guys think about it? I heard that one of the developers was talking about, like, what is it, like how racist white people are or something like that? I don't remember. There were, like, I guess some of the characters were, like, race swapped or something like that. And there was an uproar. And one of the developers was like, he claimed that, oh, well, gamers are a mistake. They're too racist or something like that. And so, well, now that project's canceled. I think it just shows you that companies do not want to risk having a big flop on their hands, whether they agree or not with any of the politics. You just cannot have a flop. It's too expensive. All right, so this Lily, there's only one for sale, and it's $470. Did I underprice the Solgaleo? Okay, you literally cannot find any of these other ones. Here it is, $470. Did I underprice the Solgaleo? If the one up there is $470, I'm gonna make this one. We'll make it $300. So they're both $300. If you don't know where these come from a super exclusive deck of cards, and you wouldn't even know what deck of cards it is because this does not tell you what the deck of cards is. I know it's a secret. They're super expensive. They're super rare. Here's Knockdown. All right. Fortunately, it's usually a lose-lose. He will keep being a prick, and if you do something, it usually makes it worse. You could always try to calmly talk to him and set boundaries. Yeah, I thought about talking to him. Karis thinks I shouldn't walk up and talk to him. She thinks it would just, cause a confrontation or something. I wouldn't mind just talking it out. Like, I think if he actually talked to me face to face, he would be like, oh, you are just a normal guy. Because, we're like ghosts. He doesn't even know who we are. He never talks to us. He doesn't know who I am. All he knows is that I was supposed to pay for the road. The road that he broke. So, I told him that. He probably doesn't like that I said that, He probably got really pissed off when I said that. He's like, no, you're supposed to pay for part of this. You're not supposed to tell me I broke it, which he did. It's just a fact. It's not like an emotional thing. Karis and I both noted it when it was happening. I said, whoa, did you see that pothole got bigger while all that construction was going on? She was like, yeah, that did get larger. So, yeah, he's nuts, dude. I don't know. So that's my news for you today. Trouble neighbor. Here we are. And we'll see what happens. Here we are. When you have a moment, can we go over the breaks? Why, yes, I think we could go over the breaks. But before that, I think we're going to do a break on this, in fact. So this is a nice Tyranitar. Okay. And he is going to be a $23 gym break. So that's a gym break for those of you guys who like gym breaks. And now let's take a quick look at all the breaks. So we have a fresh Mega Sublist. That's for the Mega Mew. The old Mega Sublist. It's over. It's done. Boop. Ancient Origins box break. I'm telling you guys something. There is a box right now, a cheapest buy it now Ancient Origins box. And if it sells, this goes to $200. There's one box, cheapest buy now, Ancient Origins. It's currently the cheapest. If that one sells, this goes to $200. So you could jump in right now because there's a fair chance that box does sell. But that's just something to think about. July donations, challenge rules. We update the challenge rules. Here is the manga break, Marshall D. Teach. One day, people will jump in there, and when it finishes, we'll move on to a new manga break, and it'll be fun. Until then, he will sit there forever, and there will be no other manga breaks. Now, here's the Chansey coin. It's 1 in 5. There are 3 people in here. That's pretty cool, actually. Here is the Mega Mew, up to 4 out of 7. You have 3 shots left. Just 3. You got 3 chances left to pull a spot in here before it's over. Okay, something to think about, maybe. Star Wars break. We have a sketch Darth Vader that's actually hand-drawn. And this is a Topps Star Wars Galaxy card. That's Topps. So very cool. That's a prize card from that set. Carddass Monsters. The Heartbreak Break. Soon to be the recipient of this star, huh? Because nobody's jumped in there so far. So he's 15 and 29. Pretty good. Somebody actually jumped into this today. So he moved up. He's getting closer. There's that Victini, freshly started. This is a really good gym break. It's for Kuromi, double-sided card, and nobody's jumped in, so there's just not enough interest in Hello Kitty. That's fine. This is not a Hello Kitty channel, so it's not really a surprise, is it? Let's see. But it's a nice card. It's a genuinely nice card. Here's Charizard, 1 in 13, up to 5. That's moved a little bit. Here is Gyarados, stuck at 4. 4's not bad. It's about a quarter done. Oh, we were doing a giveaway for the daytime stream. I forgot about that. Let's do that right now. And then there's the EV Quest stickers, which now has moved up to 5. So, okay, so that's a lot of breaks. We are not short on breaks at all. Taking that fall did me no good, bro. What? I'm in the Sacramento airport going home to open Pokemon. Nice. So, Julio is set up as the keyword for the giveaway. Type that in. I'm going to go take this drink can out of here and get a fresh drink. Because this is a warm drink. Ew. Yuck. All right, here we are. Whew. All right, Karis is still up, if you can believe it. It is 4 a.m. in the morning. She goes to work at 8, dude. All right, so Andrew Martin's here. Hello, Andrew. He says the Tyranitar gym break. Yes, new gym break on the table, Tyranitar. Rawr. That's Andrew A. Martin jumping in. Oh, here it is. Haha. Julio. Rufio. What? Mr. Andrew. Mr. Anderson. Excuse me. Got my drink now. Feeling good. Doopy-doopy-doo-doo-doo. All right, look at that. Who do you think deserves to go in here for free? Anyone? Who deserves to go in here for free? Has anyone had really bad luck? I like to give a free spot out to guys who have really bad luck. Andy, Julio, me. I've done the shower part. I didn't even think about stretching. Thank you. Okay. So we got an order from our good friend Gabriel Enriquez. He's going in as well, Mr. Gabriel. Okay. The Tyranitar is sold. Good luck, Mr. Gabriel. Aha. So your 2-1 wins the losses. Let's see if that continues. Which deck should we use? How about deck 2? I like deck 2. It does make me sad you guys don't contribute more cards to it, because I feel like that makes it more interesting. You don't have to contribute anything expensive. You can contribute cheap cards. So I think it's just a lack of interest. You just think, you do it. You manage it. All right. Hello, Mr. in chat. Hello, Mr. LaFlame. You just missed our conversation about my neighbor who today harassed poor Alexis while she was getting ready to leave from shipping our packages. He told her she can't drive on our private road. We all share a small road together. It's a small road. There's no gate. There's no fences. A simple road that just goes straight to my house and everyone else's house. He shouted at her, told her she can't use it. How crazy is that? We are. All right. So, boop. Rabaska. Damn, what a stuck-up neighbor. Exactly. Gabriel taking round number 1. Round number 2. Ooh, energy. Ponyta, Rapidash. Double energy. That's 40. That puts you squarely ahead. That would be a tie, but because of the energy, Tapu Lele actually has 150 HP. This round goes to Andrew. It's a tie now, everybody. Okay, let's see what happens now. Oh, it's over. He wins. The only way for Gabriel to win is if Gabriel pulls the top card in the deck right now. Okay, here goes. Oh, it's an Electabuzz, but I think there is a Garchomp, isn't there? Hold on. Lugia. Lugia doesn't win. Oh, there it is. Garchomp. It was the actual next card. Wow. Andrew Martin takes it just by a little bit. Oh, man, that's crazy, man. That was crazy. As an ex-cop, that is illegal harassment. That's how we feel about it, too. Karis just told me when I stepped out of the room that she found the footage of him confronting her, although there's no sound. I'll tell you what, Mr. Gabriel, we'll put you in here for fun. How does that sound? Gabriel? Tree. Okay. The streak is over. Okay, so this shall say 2. All right. And Andrew Martin. Ooh, you've had 7 feints and 7 wins. So it's a break-even scenario for you. That's very fascinating that works out that way, you know, when you think about it. A lot of people should just be breaking even. Some lucky people will have a lot more pulls than losses. Are you going to confront him? So I actually rang on his doorbell, and he had like a Ring doorbell, and I told him, hey, we got to talk. He shouted at, Alexis. He didn't answer. He wasn't there, or he didn't answer. He didn't come to my door. I tried calling him. It says his phone is off, but I suspect it's more like my number's blocked. Because he and I have spoken quite a bit. We had a confrontation in the past where he wanted me to pay for this road upgrade that I didn't want, and he wanted real bad. And so I think he's real pissed off that I didn't pay for this road upgrade. And that's what we were talking about. So this should be Blaine, which I believe is just before the last guy, who would be Giovanni. Here we are. So anyways, he's harassing Alexis. And I tried to call him. He wouldn't answer me. I texted him, told him, hey, we got to talk. You can't be doing that. Yeah, it's crazy, man. There we go. I just can't believe you got to deal with this kind of crap. I can't believe it's a thing. I've always heard about it, like, on the internet, like a Karen freaking out in the wild or something, right? I never thought it would happen to me. There we go. And it can get you, too. Look out. Have you seen the Chinese gem pack Umbreon selling for almost 2K in a 10? Oof. That's a really crazy price, man. Look at that. That's a bit too high, in my opinion. That is a bit too high. I don't know who's doing that with the price, who's paying 2K for that, but that card pulls way too easy to be selling for that price. How's your road a private road? It's a simple, narrow road that comes off of the main public road. Not very long at all, and just connects all of our roads. Or all of our houses together. That's it. It's just like an extra road that's not considered public. And it gives me direct access to my driveway. So when he told me I had to pay $2,000 for a road upgrade, I said, why don't we just fill the pothole? Because it's only like $800 between all of us to fill the pothole. And he's like, yeah, well, I got this contractor and he's going to do a blacktop for us. And it's a pretty good price. And I said, well, I really don't want it. I said, I just want to fill the pothole. So he and I had a back and forth about that for a while. And he ended up paying for the blacktop himself without me pitching in. So he really wanted the blacktop. I don't know if he gathered that money from everyone else. But now I guess he's going to harass people who drive on the road to my home. How crazy is that? And again, everyone already heard me say this. My last text to him before our last communication, which was like about a year ago, my last text to him was, hey, I'd like to send you some money to pitch in for that road. And I told him, just tell me how you'd like to get paid. And that was my last text to him. He didn't respond. He's definitely crazy. He's a bitter guy. So there you go. Ready for 4th of July seafood boil? Ooh, that sounds good. I'll go to the Red Lobster seafood boil. Okay. So wow, that Tyranitar moved fast, huh? Andrew Martin. At least you offered. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that was a really smart thing that I offered that, because now that he's doing this, we got a really, really strong case if he continues harassing. You don't have fire hydrants either, do you? Nope, no fire hydrants, nothing like that. Here we are. We got Radon, 50 bucks. Pikachu. Here's Coughing, Japanese base set. We got Numel. It's Numel. And Venusaur. All right. This guy is 40 bucks, huh? For the base set. That seems cheap, actually. Only $40 for a base set card. Huh. You'd think it would cost more. Okay. Happy each birthday. Excellent. If you have a paper trail for the communication, the more the better. Man, I don't want to have to deal with any of this stuff. Why didn't he just let me... Why doesn't he just take some of my money and just call it a day? Because he's probably a Karen who's very mad that I disagreed with him and he can't stand it. And so now he wants to make a point that the road is his because he did a black top on it. Whoa. Crazy, dude. I lose my faith in humanity a little bit at a time. We are. I actually learned a word today called... No, I've already forgotten it. What's the word? Starts with an M. Means that you don't like people in general. Mr. offered to pitch in a box of bulk. May the 4th be with you. Pros and cons of not a Karen neighborhood. Then it's an HOA president or a county code inspector. Always something. You think you can take him on a one-on-one? Oh, yeah. Well, he's much older than me, so he would not survive a one-on-one. He would probably anyone. Think of him like, think of him like a Hawaiian shirt-wearing kind of guy, no muscle mass at all, and he just lives in right next to the lake, but not quite a lake house. We are. So he's not physically threatening. He's definitely a Karen, 1,000%. Let's see. Did he do it? What do you think about the verdict? I heard Diddy was not found guilty of the most serious charges, which included sex trafficking. And a lot of people were shocked that he was not found guilty of that. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know much about any of that crap, to be honest. I don't like Diddy in particular. I don't know any of his music. I've only heard things about him, and I don't have a lot to say. So if that's 40, this should be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, there it is. 9. Like the stream. Why are we talking about Diddy? He'll talk you to death with old stories of his accomplishments. Who knows? I bitterly do not like him now. I think he's a horrible person. How could you shout at a girl who's having a car problem rather than offering to come fix it for her? What kind of person are you? It's just kind of gross, dude. Yep, you must be so full of hate. And again, all he has to do is walk up and talk to me. She doesn't have anything to do with the road. She doesn't even know that there's a feud over the road. She doesn't know any of that stuff. How would she know? Crazy. Coughing sold. Oh, you're trying to buy it. Okay. Well, here, let me throw this away. You can buy it for me. It's no problem. All right, set that over there. I was about to put him in the Poke Shuffle. Steven Gonzalez, 2 gem packs. Oh, okay, so the gem packs, you're saying that Umbreon, did it really sell for $2,000? If it did, gem packs are now one more dollar expensive, guys. And that might be too expensive, but I don't really care, because if the Umbreon is really selling consistently for $2,000, then that is what's going to happen next. So let's see, Umbreon gem. Let's see, sort this by top price. Let's see. I don't even see one for sale. Okay, let's go into here. We'll check sold. If there's not many of them for sale, that's also a sign. How about PSA 10 Umbreon Chinese gem? Oh, there it is. Okay, so there is one for sale for 1.7. There's a couple in auction. And let's check sold. There it is. So he's bringing in these crazy prices consistently. It doesn't really make sense to me because we pulled him like he was not that hard to pull. And because of the quality of the cut on the card, most of these are going to turn into 10s. Not all of them, but most of them. So that does not make any sense to me. But that does mean that the cost of our gem is changing. Whether it's up to date with the market for these or not, it is now changing to $5 per pack. Okay. And whatever that is, 5 times 15, probably, right? Yes, 5 times 15. What is that, 75? Oops. 75. All right. So that shall be $75 per box here on out. We just got lucky, mister, I think. You think it's that hard to pull it, really? I don't know. We pulled so many of them. So LaFlame, you're not here all the time. I am because I'm the host. And people continue to open up the Gem 2 in high volume. Like, we sold a lot of them. And we pretty easily pulled quite a few of those Umbreons. I mean, we must pull like 10 Umbreons already. So if we simply got lucky, good for us. But to me, it feels like he's not actually that rare. Like, we were just pulling him all the time. But I don't know. Gem booster case. Chinese. How about Gem 2 case? Let's see what those are doing. Are those changing? Yeah, those prices are too high in my opinion. He's not rare enough. And we don't know how much of this they made. They might have made quite a bit. Let's see. So we don't know how many print waves of this there will be. I'll pick up a bonus case. The guy who sold me my first round, I bought a lot from him, like 10 cases of it to get started. And I keep going back to him to order more, and he just doesn't have any. And he says the guys who are selling them, they don't have any either. That's what he claims. I don't know how true that is. Let me mention something real fast. Let's see. Scooby-Doo. Dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Excuse me. That's not what I want. All right, so let me just contact this guy and ask him a question. I'm going to ask him if he actually has it. All right, there we go. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, mister, are there any tips you have on YouTube Shorts? Is TikTok better to upload content? What's your experience? My experience is if you want to make lots of money on TikTok, you definitely need to be a pretty girl. The end. How's that? Did I do good? Do you feel enlightened? Have you tried shaking that ass? Did this message go through? Oh yeah, it went through. Okay, good. Okay. Let's get back out of there. All right. And let's see. Apparently Philadelphia has a trash strike. Watch Mr. buy a house in an area with lots of Bigfoot sightings. I don't know. I'm going to buy a house in an area far, far away from this guy. Now, let's see. Did this get refunded? I told the guy I wanted to get a refund on this. You gotta be kidding me, dude. This is not refunded. Oh my gosh, dude. Sin City, mister. Who's got Sin City? Sincerity? Here's James Beam, Mr. James, Jungle Vintage Pack Break, and 1 minted copper coin. Oh yeah, the minted copper coins are a thing. Do you guys remember that? The minted copper coins. Grabbing this. Okay. This can't be sustainable. It's insane. Oop. There it is. Yeah, who knows, man? I've always theorized that cards are underpriced because of how expensive it is to pull them. Like, if you think about it, a case has about 20 boxes. And so out of 20 boxes, there might be 3 to 4 of those ARs. So they're showing up maybe about 1 every 5. and there's like 4 different artworks. So your odds, if you stack that all up, your odds aren't super good for a Umbreon, but they're not impossible either. Like, you could potentially pull one in 1 case, or you could pull one in 2 cases. And then they do grade 10, I bet, pretty easy. So that's my perspective on it. So it comes down to the price of about 2 cases. Now, if the cases are highly sought after or highly hoarded, that is a problem. Now the price of it can rise pretty dramatically. And the last ingredient needed is, do they print more of it? We don't know. How much of this Gem 2 will they intend to print? If they don't print very much of the Gem 2, then yeah, it could get pretty expensive. So there's people who are rich, who just rush out when they're done grading, like the moment they're done grading, and they just buy the first ones. Oh, shiny, how much is that coin? I can't remember. It's like $3.50 or $4. Is it $4.50? Might be $4.50. Let's see. Precious metals, minted copper coin, $3.50. So you can get one of these copper coins for $3.50. It's like super cheap. It's basically a giant penny, if you didn't know that. But it's made out of pure copper. And copper actually has a value. It's so weird, but copper actually costs money. It's not free. They use copper a lot in construction for electricity and stuff like that. So copper has a value similar to gold and similar to silver. And this one just costs more because it's been minted. So it went through a minting process, and it's just a lovely little coin. If you've never gotten into coin collecting, it's sort of like a gateway drug to try coin collecting. So that's Steven. Oh, I'm sorry, not Steven. That is James Beam. And then he'd like a spot in the jungle vintage pack. Okay, you got it. James Beam. There we go. Sent you 2 for the add to the Gem 2 packs. Oh, you didn't have to do that? You literally did not have to do that. When I make a change to the price, anyone before that point is all good. Those are the rules. So, and we're pretty, we stick to those rules. So you are totally entitled. I'll just take it as a tip if you want me to, because it would be silly to send it back because of all the fees involved at this point. Because there's all these like 50-cent PayPal fees and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. But yeah, you don't have to do that. So keep that in mind for the future. You don't have to, he's got 2 spots in here, in fact. So that's 2 spots in the Jungle Vintage Break. This is a heavy booster pack. Do you guys know what that means? If you're watching and you've never heard that term, that means there is a guaranteed holographic card in this pack. So in here, you're going to pull a holographic card, whoever pulls the rare card. So 2 spots are taken, $34 buy-in, 8 spots remain. It's a fun one. We like that one. James Beam, let's get this in your bag. Here it is. The copper coin. The only downside to selling the copper coins is how quickly heavy they make the bags, which costs me more in postage. But it's for fun. Zelle is your bestie. Yes. Are you selling gold coins? The answer is yes. I do sell gold. Let's see. I acquired them and set a target price on them, and here it is. They have to sell for that price, or I have to keep them. So here we have, that's a gold coin that's not for sale. But here is a gold pamp. It's 1 gram of gold. Really small, huh? And that's 165. Okay, I got a couple of those. This used to be a 9-card set. There used to be 9 of these, but they're so popular, I've only got 5 left. So that's how much we actually sold. And actually we sold 1 whole round of these, so 9 are gone, and the second round has just 5 left. So we've sold a total of 13 of those pamps. Not bad. Now here is a MS70 Gold Eagle, graded by NGC. People say you don't need to grade the gold. I totally agree you don't need to, but I just like to. It allows you to handle it and allows people to buy it more confidently because it's like authenticated. So there is a 1/10 ounce gold coin. Here's a 1/4 ounce coin. Now this is probably what I would do if you're just getting started on gold. I wouldn't buy the 1/10 ounce because the premium is too high. I would go to the 1/4 ounce. That's where the premium is a little bit better. This is also 1/4 ounce. It looks a lot different. This is minted by Australia. That is a Chinese tiger on it. And you can see on the back, Queen Elizabeth. So strange. But that was minted by Australia. And then this. We have this much more expensive 1/2 ounce gold coin. Now, if there's been a big change in the market for gold, if there's been a big change in the price in the market for gold, I got to update these. In the meantime, if it hasn't changed much, well, then these prices remain the same. So you can even put these in slab away, which is really interesting, isn't it? Slab away a gold coin. Yep. It's pretty neat. Also, let's say you get in a big break, you pull the chase card, and you didn't even care about that chase card. You could just trade it into gold. You could say, hey, turn that card into gold. So gold is an option to trade for. Maybe you open up a booster pack. You pull some awesome raw card. You don't care to grade it. You want me to take care of it or get rid of it, or it's not going to grade 10 or some crazy crap like that. Trade it in for gold. Those are all options. Man, this is such a good card. I can't believe this one hasn't sold. That is a Rocket Returns Pupitar for 55. How does that make any sense? All right. How does this make sense, guys? This card comes out of an $800 booster pack. Might be a $1,000 booster pack by now. This comes out of probably a $1,000 booster pack. The only reason he hasn't sold is because he's Pupitar. No other reason. No other reason. He's Pupitar, and that's why he hasn't sold yet. Crazy. $800 booster pack. Might be $1,000 now. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a little while. That's a great one. Would you ever do 1 ounce coins? I could. I guess that's a bigger investment into gold if I wanted to do that. Let's see. We need MS70, right? Gold a coin. So that is quite expensive. A full 1 ounce gold coin. Let's say 1 ounce. Okay, here it is. So you can see some of this over here. It really depends. Do I get something special? Like, do I get this cool dragon? Or do I go for just the standard gold eagle? And then does somebody really want to pay for this in a way where I can actually make a cut, make a profit? Also, there's another problem involved as well. If you sell I think the threshold is like 50,000. If you sell $50,000 of gold per year, you have to, I think it's 50, but it might be 20. I can't remember actually. You have to actually apply for like a gold reseller license with the government. So I'm a little nervous about selling too much gold. All right. 1 ounce is what? 4K? Yeah, we'd have to sell it. We'd be acquiring it around that price, and then we'd have to resell it above that price, or else there's no point. Except for Pupitar. All right, Pupitar. I was surprised that one wasn't already sold. It just didn't make any sense. It's quite cheap. It's really cheap. Okay, so let's see. Next up, we've got... Clicking this. I don't have my PayPal list open. That's why it looks like there's no orders in the queue. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me click on this. Oh, we got a bunch of orders. Oh my God, I thought we had no orders this whole time. I didn't have my PayPal queue open. Alex says 15 for Slab Away. You got it, Mr. Alex. Okay, we're heading over here to Alex. Slab Away. And this goes down to $40. Cool. Almost yours. Hathim, 5 Korean Rocket. Can you believe you can open 5 Korean Rocket for like $8? What nationality forced that? Gold reseller license. The United States. What are they for? 5. The United States government says if you sell too much gold, you have to apply for a license so that we know you're a gold seller. Yeah, kind of makes sense. Gold's used by the reserve currency, or used by the bank as a reserve currency. Wait, is it called a reserve currency? No, it's just called a, what do they call that? Do they call it a reserve currency? I can't remember. So the banks all hold gold, and the government wants to know if you're a gold dealer. Gold one. Just like reselling guns. It is, well, I suppose gold's kind of a big deal because if you're moving a lot of gold, you could be involved in a lot of international trade. You could be involved in, maybe you could be the victim of maybe like the drug cartels trying to wash their dirty cash, all kinds of stuff. So the government wants to know who you are at least. Hathim, it's reasonable. I just don't want to have to do the work of applying for that. I hate paperwork. So I keep my sales under a certain amount. If we ever get close to that threshold, I'm going to stop selling it. Wait for the next year. Because this is primarily a Pokemon card channel. But yeah, I like gold. All that gold we got stored away. Let me ask ChatGPT actually how much we can sell. How much gold can I sell before I have to apply for a license with the government? All right. Ready? Let's see. If you receive cash over $10,000 in one transaction, Oh, wow. That's really not much. Just 10,000, guys. Is that per year? I think that's per year. All right. That's per year, right? Oops. No. Stop. That's per year, right. There it goes. Let me ask you one more question. Is that strictly cash? What about PayPal? Oh, it's only a problem for cash. Okay. So if someone pays you via PayPal or wire, that does not require Form 8300, even if the amount exceeds $10,000. Okay. Okay. No, I think we're fine. I think we can sell as much gold as we want. I was reading about probably like an anti-money laundering, anti-tax evasion rule. That's what I was reading. I thought it meant anyone who was just selling gold. All right, Beatrice Moniz. Can I get a spot in the Tyranitar gym break? Oh, Beatrice, I'm so sorry. But actually, I might have another one. So let's just see. We might actually get you in there. You still there, Beatrice? You still there? You still hanging out? Let's see if I have another one. Oh, I don't. It sucks that I don't. Don't I have another one? I should have another one. I don't have another one. I'm so sorry. All right. That makes me sad. Oh, okay, so the government doesn't want you receiving too much cash for gold, because then they're going to get pissed off. Because people do that to avoid paying taxes. Don't people at the... So when they have those big... card conventions, don't those vendors always want cash? And isn't it because they're tax evading? Isn't that it? Here's Sarah Dusenberry, 20 to slab away. Ooh, let's start there, Miss Sarah. Sarah, this whole time I thought there was nobody in queue. Let's go say 85. Okay, 3 shiny treasures, 8 pokey shuffles. You got it. You can apply it to my slab away, Beatrice. Okay, Beatrice. Let's get us applied. So you have 245. I'll subtract 25 from your slab away. I'll do you better. So this will be 220 remains. Boom. All right, you got bonus $2. All good. Now, Sarah with the 8 pokey shuffles. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. We are. All right. Oh, Umbreon. Nice. Okay, what could that be? Umbreon, huh? Umbreon's never a bad thing to see, is it? Umbreon is generally well received. Oh, 93. This one right here. Ta-da! Cool. Miss Sarah Dusenberry. Sarah Dusen. Okay. Now, let's see. Was there more? The 3 shiny treasures. We gotta get those. 3 shiny treasures. Where are they? Boy, this would be a lot easier if there weren't like 1,000 different Japanese sets on my shelf here. Ooh. There's a rocket box pushed back there. It is looking like I need to get a fresh Shiny Treasures box. I'll be right back. Shiny Treasures Baka. All right, there we go. Coin convention preferred trading than selling because of tax reasons, far less. I can agree with that. Same here. Trades are always better. Crypto is unstable to jump into. The gold and silver trains are hot right now. There we go. Tossing that. So we've got, ooh, not bad at all, double Charizard. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, mamma mia. And wow, 3 for 3, picking up a small Toxtricity. You'll never make me love you, Toxtricity. You'll always look like another furry Pokemon. Yes. All right. Put that away. Can you tell me how many owl slabs you have? Quite a few, actually. I just kind of hold on to them, though. I don't like to sell them too quickly. Here's Sarah. I don't like to sell them too quickly because I feel like they're probably a little underpriced right now. So those are not all for sale. I know you might want to buy them out, but I'd like to hold on to a couple. If they don't have a price, they're not for sale yet. Them's the rules. Because if you bought them all, I'd have to go get more of them. You know, and they might not grade as well the second time. Here's Ivan picking up the coughing. Here it is, lovely coughing. Sad that it got a 9. So close to a 10. Okay. Emmanuel, PSA 9 Pupitar. Okay, that's for Yolan. Keep the good times Yolan. It is Yolan, right? Yeah, Yolan. Where the heck is Yolan? Here he is. Yolan. All right, good. Says here Yolan had 0. And now Yolan's got $40. Perfect. So that's an example of what it would look like if you were having me sell your card for you. It sells for $55, you get $40. You didn't have to do any shipping. You didn't have to do any shipping. You didn't have to file any taxes because you sold too many Pokemon cards. You didn't have to list anything. It goes pretty easy. It's kind of passive. There we go. All right. Some people have enjoyed it. It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing to have. It is a nice option. How many packs are left in the box? Sure, so the rest of the box should be about 7 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 7 beautiful boosties. Here's this Grimer quest sticker. He's super cool. Here is Jolteon. So I've been learning about those quest stickers. These are, in fact, super, super, super rare. Printed by Carddass. That's Bandai Namco. It is. They were part of a vendor sticker thing that you could get from an actual vending machine. Just like all Carddass cards. There it goes. So that is an unusually rare Pokemon card. We have Joshua Ramos, Tammy's Cloud, and the All Slabs channel. Tammy's Cloud, you got it. I know what you're talking about. I thought that one was really nice. I was kind of... Look at that Sephiroth. This is 48. Nice. I thought that was a good cloud, too. I was like, why is nobody buying this cloud? All right. We want Tifa cards. Yeah? Maybe I need to make a video of myself opening one whole box of Final Fantasy. Here's Cloud. Now, Tammy gets a little bit of that too. Here it is, Tammy. Okay, plus what is it? $98.50. $116. Okay. Daily Monitor signed the petition for Stop Killing Games over 900,000 signatures. Stop killing games. Which game do you not want them to kill? Joshua Ramos. I don't think games would get killed if they were producing good games. I think that's what it is, you know? There it is. Elden Ring, I don't know what it is with From Software. They just put out a winner every time. It's crazy. All right. Here's Snorlax. Rawr. About time for some of these to rotate off. Here's Anthony Kalura. Here's Absolutely. Oh, this is no longer 820. Oh, no longer. I think I said no longer. Is that right? PSA 10 Absol Legend. Okay, so. So he has sold on May 20th for $750, but now there's none left, right? There is none left. And there was one for sale briefly for $1,700, and that is no longer on eBay. I caught that. I saw that. There was one on eBay for $1,700. It's gone, and there's no more for sale. So this guy will just now return back to my holdings, I guess. I don't know. Till I can think about what to do with them. Holding these old cards, like Legend Maker cards, has never really been a mistake. It's only been a good thing. He was for sale briefly. Bulk lives matter. Think of the children. Did I say maddle? I'm just screwing up all my words tonight. Fun facts. Wilds lost 98% of the player base. Wilds. Monster Hunter lost 98%. I mean, that's normal to lose your player base. The question is, you know, why'd you lose it so soon? That's the problem. So if you told me people stopped playing Monster Hunter World, I'd be like, yeah, because Monster Hunter World is a pretty old game now. It's supposed to happen. That's supposed to happen. Okay, there's my Shining Celebi. Look at that Shining Celebi. How many eBay packages you send out a week? How many eBay packages, like from sales on eBay, or do you just mean like how much do I ship per week, or are you asking me how many items I receive from eBay? Like, what's your question specifically? I receive a pretty good number of packages per week, and I ship a pretty good number of packages a week. Yes. All right. Hopefully I acquire what you guys like, and then we got a lot to buy and a lot to sell. Can we see the break? Monster Hunter fell off. Yeah. Poor Monster Hunter. That Celebi was for sale. That Absol was for sale too. Nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted it. All right. This is a $40 Tammy card. This is Blastoise from Merlin 2. If you don't know what Merlin 2 is, Merlin is a card sticker company, and they've printed a lot of sets, and they were allowed to print Pokemon Merlin 1, 2, and 3. There might have even been a Merlin 4, I'm not sure. But they were allowed to print a series of Pokemon card sets. Merlin 2 is the best of them, without a doubt. Merlin 2 is the best. And so I've got a couple Merlin 2 boxes, and that is a nice Blastoise from that set. To put into perspective this price, one booster pack of Merlin 2 used to sell for $50. That was my last price. I don't know what it would sell for today. Probably a lot more, because I'm assuming it got more expensive over time like everything else. So this is only $40. It's just a hard-to-acquire card. Looks like it was... did we accidentally give it to Ivan for a minute? Oh, I remember. Yeah, we thought you had purchased it. But that is a lovely little Blastoise, and I think he'll sell someday. So Joshua says, Tammy's Cloud, 2 Metazoo Nightfall, I have a bag. Oh, yes, Metazoo. Okay, good. Metazoo. We got some of this. Metazoo, not dead. I'm not dead. I'm just really badly burned. We are Metazoo. How's Metazoo? What's the Metazoo news these days? A company bought out Metazoo, a company that wanted to keep it going, and they have actually released a new booster box of cards. And so it's not dead. Look at all these little guys. Here's Headless Coal Miner. Ooh. I gotta say, the old Metazoo has a certain feeling, a certain appeal to it. I'm not gonna lie. That the new Metazoo does not copy very well. Here's Bell Witch. Okay, you got the Bell Witch. Okay, the news is the old cards are still ass, but the new ones are actually really good. Oh, I see. Okay, so people are enjoying the new cards. I was going to say it's the other way around. I like the old ones. It is. Okay. Joshua Ramos. Let's grab your bag. If you're looking to get into a nice break, by the way, can I advertise this? So look, that is a gym break for a Kickstarter pack, and there's already one guy in it. Ooh. And so you could pull the Kickstarter Mothman, which still sells for good money. I saw it sell for $800. I saw it sell for $800 just the other day. Joshua Ramos. Valenti Ramos. Only the Kickstarter pack is cool. Like the stream, my sweet TCC gang. Show Mister some love. Strawberry for mod. All right, that's it. Strawberry for mod. Here's Metapoo. What? Metazoo's my favorite set. That's it. I'm selling all my Pokemon. There we go. I'm cool. Can I be a mod? Here we are. Ryan Shapiro. Jungle Break. Here's Ryan Shapiro. All right. Ryan S. Shapiro. All right. Very, very good. Good. We'll grab this. So that is 3 out of 10. Lovely, lovely. Now we have an order from Miss Sarah. She says 7 packs of shiny treasures, 1 spot in the jungle pack, and a copper coin. Ooh, you got it, Sarah. Okay, now we have 4 out of 10 for the vintage pack. One of the reasons we like those jungle packs is because they have such great pulls. The common uncommons are really good. Like there's a Pikachu pull in there that goes for a ton of money, but somehow it's so cheap still. It doesn't make it. I should open up some Japanese packs. That's what I'm saying for myself and get them graded. But yeah, it's a really nice thing. So 7 packs of shiny treasures and a copper coin, which you've never gotten before. Here it is. Bought these. I feel like I bought these just about 1 year ago and added them to the menu. I've sold a whole bunch of them over time. I bought a bulk supply of these so that I could get them at a lower price. That's how I'm able to sell them for a little bit of profit. And they are definitely a slow seller, but they are very fun. Okay. Shapiro. It's Ryan Shapiro. Mr. Ryan. Chansey break go off? The Chansey coin is close. It hasn't gone off, but with it being 3 out of 5 spots, it's just a matter of time. Definitely going to go off. Okay, so there's that. And now, Sarah, let's grab the rest of these. Okay. Mister, I learned something yesterday that blew my mind. Everyone knows that depression can be genetic, but I learned that MDD, aka major depressive disorder, have a 30 to 50% chance to be genetics. Oh, that sucks. Depression's pretty, it's a pretty powerful thing, you know. It's like anxiety. Sometimes you think that depression and anxiety are just like what has happened to you, what's in the environment. Sometimes it's just the way you feel, and you can't really control it too much. And that would be what you're talking about. People who are just more likely to have those feelings just because of their, whatever, their physiology. Wait, that's not the right word. Is it physiology? I'm thinking of physiognomy, I think. I'm not sure. But depression is like a snowball that just slowly rolls. But yeah, it's pretty sad because, you know, some emotions, you just wish you didn't have them, you know. It's like waking up and wishing you were smart one day, or waking up and wishing you were, you had all the right stuff. You were the right mix of soup chemical in your head or in your body. You had the right look. You had the right height. You had the big fat peepee or the beautiful, perfect eyeballs or whatever it is. And your brain's like that too. Oh man, if I just had the right brain, I could be a go-getter. I wouldn't be so anxious. I wouldn't be so nervous or insecure or whatever it is. And some people just got it. They just got it. And they become leaders. They become actors. They become superstars, CEOs. So it's weird how humans kind of are just this genetic puzzle. Like a hodgepodge of little pieces put together in some sort of chemical soup. And you just hope you got all the right stuff, and you probably don't. And most people don't. And so it's all RNG, isn't it? It's really fascinating to me. It's deeply fascinating. All right. You feel like you're here with no purpose with depression. Brainwashing since we were just wee lads. Yes. What? Okay. Here's... Ooh, look at that. You can pair that with the toxicity now. You got the toxicity baby. Here's a name I forget. Also, here's a Mew. Can't wait for the brain implants. Yeah, that could be around the corner. I don't know. Would you guys get the Elon Musk brain transplant? I would. It's scary, but I would. Imagine being able to talk to a computer with just your mind, and you're checking your email you got your eyes closed and you're looking at your emails in your brain, and then someone else is emailing you with their brain. You've done it. You've actually accomplished telekinesis. That's it. The magic has come true. It's like it's here now. So yeah, that's a big deal. Telekinesis is around the corner, guys. Close your eyes and talk to somebody. Talk to the AI. Could you even imagine? So imagine, you've got like a pair of sunglasses or a pair of glasses on with the computer screen on, and you don't actually push any buttons or anything like that. You just think to the computer sunglasses, and the computer screen in front of you pulls up information. That would be insane. It's just, I don't know, just a whole nother level. And so I'm excited for that kind of stuff. I'm excited for humans to do some other things too, like cure cancer, however that will work. Do you think we'll ever do that? I don't think we'll. Maybe we'll get close. But the other big one, transplants for organs, because people are always having failing organs: heart, liver, kidney, lungs, whatever, right? Brain even. And we're probably getting pretty close to getting artificial hearts, which are desperately needed. Desperately. Cancer is not the number one killer. Heart disease is. So they're both big killers. Like, you got heart disease, you got cancer. It's huge. Cancer takes a lot of people, but so does heart disease. So if you could just make an artificial heart, a lot of people are going to survive heart disease. Here we go, Miss Sarah. So, those are things that all countries really have to just be putting all their resources toward and racing to solve it first. That is some truly noble pursuits, and profitable, I'd say. But you gotta have the smartest people in your society instead of just people that want to blow things up or whatever. Miss Sarah, here's your coin. I feel like countries that are not keeping up with all the other countries, that's what they do. They go, you know what? Screw all that science. We'll just blow things up. Screw all that. We'll never keep up with you guys scientifically, so you know what? We'll just blow you up. I'm talking about Russia, by the way. Russia. Why does it feel like Russia was not keeping up with Western Europe or with Asia? Russia's like in this weird in the middle place. And he said, you know what we need to do? Let's just go take Ukraine. Duh. Problem solved. We got nukes. Let's go for it. God, dude. So stupid. So much wasted money. So many dead people. Just so that he could not really gain that much land. And that land's going to be fought over for forever. It's modern time. This is not like ancient times. This is modern times. There could be guerrilla warfare going on in those areas forever. Terrorism. Just to get the land back, Kind of like what the UK and Ireland have a little bit in Northern Ireland. Just this truly bitterness. People never want to give it back. They're obsessed with rockets. Well, the artificial synthetic blood, because I get it 1 month because I'm a hemophiliac. Ooh, I didn't know that was a thing. I wouldn't want a heart transplant. My body would reject a fabricated heart. I want it badly. I want them to invent it And then one day, if I have a bad heart, I want to get one. If you don't get a bad heart, you get the other thing. You get cancer. You get one or the other. It's always those two things. Although you could get some other thing like brain failure, liver failure, kidney failure. There's a lot of things that fail. But whatever the case is, the more of those that we can artificially make, the better. Because now your life can just go on. You can just have a transplant and be like, hey, look at me, still alive. We are. Living on borrowed time. Living on technology. People used to die of, like, tuberculosis, scarlet fever. They used to die of viruses that we've cured as well with vaccines. And so we found these innovations to get around that. And we got to just keep going, man. We got to reverse the aging process as much as we can, slow it down, fix organs that are hurt, replace them when they're definitely destroyed, and get rid of cancer, which is a really complicated one. That's your DNA going bad. Who knows how that one gets solved, but right now they have a really barbaric way of treating cancer. They cut out the part of your body that has cancer. That's why certain cancers kill you no matter what, like brain cancer. It's really sad. Can't do anything about it. You mostly can't do anything about it. Your brain's certain parts of your brain just can't be cut out. And but if you get like skin cancer, they just cut the skin off. Problem solved. That's why most people survive skin cancer, because it's detected quickly and then it's just chopped off. Problem solved. And so it's kind of low tech if you think about it. It's not very advanced, and we want to see that. We want to see it get really advanced. Here's Metagross. Ooh. Honestly, if scientists find ways to stop cells from degrading over time, we're literally immortal. You never know. There's like jellyfish and stuff like that live forever, right? Except they get eaten. They get eaten, or they get too large and they can't eat enough. So like some animals are like that. They live for a really long time, like lobsters. They don't have like a set age, but they get so big and heavy they can't eat enough and they starve to death. That's how they die. They don't die of old age. They die of starvation because they're literally too large. They can't feed themselves enough. Really fascinating. Ivan says, I'll take the owl out of the box. You got it. Okay, so the owl. Posted on 6/24. Let's go find that. All right. Let's see. I don't know how we got on the subject of science and technology and health, but I like talking about those things. They're really interesting. Let's go over to All Slabs June, and we'll go to 24. Let's see. Here it is, 24. So it's 23. That's 23. So we are looking for Knocked Owl. Oh, there he is. Knocked Owl sold. Okay. Good. No one gets out of this alive. Do not worry, though. We all go to heaven. Except for you, if you've been knocked. You go to hell forever. And you burn, and everyone... Okay, so I will toss this here. And let's go find... Ooh. Check this out. This is that Jungle Pikachu. Lovely. Here's the people who disagree with me go to hell. Look at that coin. Ooh, rocket coin. Super rare. To hell with you double dip chip eaters. Yeah, you can't be doing that. That's against the law. The natural law, like what John Locke was talking about. This thing he just made up. All right, let's see. Haven't run into it so far. We're looking for that owl. Let's sell little slabs out of here. Just haven't found it. Number one, blank of life, cells degrading themselves. Oh, you mean the number one disappointment. Yeah, not much you can do about it. Just how it is. Just how it be. If you don't give offerings to the church, you will go to hell. God needs more money. I don't mind that tithing and all that. I think tithing's a good thing. But you get some of those rich church guys who flaunt it. Dude, they like flaunt it. I need another $1 million jet. Bro, this guy could not get more Christian. Exactly like the way Jesus wanted it to be. The Lord told me I needed a jumbo jet. Praise the Lord. I don't know, dude. I'm not feeling it. That feels not right. Crazy is how many people think it's good stuff. I don't know. I do not know. Well, I can't find this knockdown. I wonder if it's in here. Ooh, that's a nice card. It's fun when we go through the whole box and I find like all these other really good cards on the way. Is it possible it's already sold? Maybe I already sold it. Maybe it's in the box already. Alright, this is it. If I don't find it, it's already sold. Here's a nice one, though. I'm going to set this nice one to the side for you if you want to consider that. It's a Groudon. A little more expensive, but it's more expensive because it's more desirable. It's the same kind of card. PSA 9. He's a more desirable one. That's why he costs more. Even as a 9. Nah, he's not in here. He is not in here. That tells me someone already bought it. We already sold it. It's in the, maybe it's up in the Poke Shuffle. I don't know. Not here, though. I'll take it. All right, sounds good. Yeah, he's the same type of card. He's an AR. He's a lovely card. He's a Groudon. People love Groudon. And that's why he costs more than Noctowl, because he's a cool legendary. Ooh, look at this guy. This shouldn't be in here. Should be over here. All right. Pulling all these down. It's a lot of slabs. That's a lot of slabs. It's taking me 5 minutes to get all the slabs back down. Ooh. Ooh, these are fancy. 2 Ghastlies there. Look at those Ghastlies. Oh, yeah, this Blossom. That's nice. I like the Blossom. Okay. What do we have now? Tyler Franson, Jungle Break. The Jungle Break. Here you go, Tyler. Tyler Franson. I'll take that in the Iona as well. The Iona as well. You mean I gotta go find it? No! No. No way. All right, guys. We're back to it. Did we just have it and I put it back in the box? Oh, my God. You're killing me, Smalls. How much do I owe for the slab of the Iona? Well, the Iona is 35. The other slab is 38. I don't remember how much you sent for that Noctowl. Was it 24? So it might be another 14 for him. I was saying it before. Oh, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. My eyes were busy trying to get all these slabs out. You know, a lot of people think I don't read the chat on purpose or something, but you got to remember, I'm actually doing stuff with my hands. So I'm often just looking at my own hands. Oh, I found the Iona nice and fast. There it is. Good. All right, goody. Okay. Why did he check the... He's too busy talking. I do talk, though. I like that. And I like that. Good. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Talking is part of his job. We need like a bell command. That'd be nice. Nah, because somebody would abuse it, you know? Somebody would just abuse it. All right. I could maybe change where the comment section is to be like... So here's another thing you guys have to understand. Like, my head's like right here. Okay, so I'm working over here. The comment section's way up over here. So I have to crane my neck over to read your comments. It's not in front of me. It's actually pretty far to my right. And so, yeah, I'm just not going to see your comments so easily. Mr. Athem, 5 more rockets. Mr. Athem, you gotta open a couple more of these at a time, man. You're nickel and diming me with these PayPal fees. They're killing me. Here it is. You're just $1.50 above the $7 limit. Those stupid PayPal fees are not your fault. Stupid PayPal, man. All right. They take 50 cents every time. Can you believe that? All right, here we are. So, PayPal's so ridiculous. Fourth wall broken. You should mount that in a better place. Yes, so seeing the comments, where they're at. Now, does it make sense why I might not see the comments? Do you see now? Now do you see? Oh, very nice. That's terrible for his neck. Well, I've gotten very used to doing it. I mostly look forward. So I mostly look forward and I don't see your comments. Here we are. I think I can put the comments on screen on my iPhone. We used to do it that way a long time ago before we used the iPad. Maybe I need to bring those back onto the iPhone because right now we have them removed. There goes Athem. All right. Thank you, Athem. We look down on Mr. No! They're beating up on me. Hello, Mr. Rahman. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, guys, be sure... Sounds like my music just paused. Be sure to type in Julio here. Omar Batui, 3 shiny treasures. 3 shiny treasures. Oh, man, the sun is so up right now, guys. Let me go get those shiny treasures. No more orders. All right, here we go. Haha. Pricey slab, gonna get updated soon. Yes, well, I think we were supposed to work on that today a bit. We just started the stream so late. There we go. I thought there would be no orders. There actually are plenty of orders. Here we are. I'm a lazy con man. I'll open a church, do no work, lie to the people, take the offerings, and pay no taxes. A lot of church work is very earnest and good-hearted, and it's like everything good about humanity. There probably are some guys where it's more of a hustle for them, and when you really think about that, that's pretty dark. Not much different than like when a priest tells you what to do with your wiener, and then it turns out that priest is shaboinking kids or something like that, touching kids. So yeah, when a preacher comes on and he's trying to preach the word of the Lord, he's like, you got to do this, you got to do that. But it turns out this is all just a hustle for him, and he just likes making tons of money. It's pretty wicked. It's like, dang, dude. You can't tell me every one of those guys isn't a narcissist, isn't a guy who thinks he's like special chosen or something, and doesn't just love making lots of money and getting tons of attention while he's doing it, you know? Right? It's like a performative art. Preaching's a performative art. And when you're real good at it and everyone thinks they're connecting to Jesus because of you, I don't think you quite have to be a holy man yourself. You just have to be good at performing. And so, you get those guys like Benny Hill or those prosperity preachers who are like, you got to give lots of money and then God will give you lots of money. Buy this water. This is debt. This is debt forgiveness water bottles, $20. If you don't have $20, go get $20. They say that kind of stuff. I've seen all that before. Have you guys seen that? Crazy stuff. That is definitely a hustle for them, and it is so wicked. Very similar to, like a priest. Turns out he's been abusing kids. Pretty gross. Not quite as gross, but it's in the same category. Worst when a holy person does it, The show Righteous Gemstones is based off that concept. I watched a documentary about people who went around to TV preachers and prosperity preachers and just did research on them and research to the congregation. And they would get interviews with people who were really hurt by them. People who had very little money to give, and they gave as much as they could because they thought that's how they were going to get wealthy. No, you're just making the prosperity guy wealthy. That's it. No one else. No one got, there's no magic trick for getting wealthy. Here's Ivan. Balance. Oh, thank you, Mr. Ivan. And Hathim. 5 more Korean rockets. Oh, my God, Hathim. All right, let's try this. Speak on it. Well, and again, I only say that knowing some groups really are just a good group. But some of those guys, again, probably the prosperity preachers come to mind. They definitely just come off as like hustlers. And the guys who are like, their name is G Money or something like that. Preacher G Money. And he's got a mansion and he's wearing, Waka Flocka Flame special coat and glasses, talking like they're Kanye West or something. I don't know. And they're like, the Lord has chosen me and now you must tithe. We need another jumbo jet. When are we going to get a second jumbo jet? The Lord has called on you to give until we have a second jumbo jet to prove that he's the Lord, or something like that, right? And it's, no way, dude. It's a scam. That's definitely a hustle. And they can get away with it because they can just claim it's religion. So, I don't know. Here's my question. Do you really think those guys believe all that when they do that? The guys who think that they need another jumbo jet or they need another $4 million ranch house in Florida, which is a real thing. There's a guy out here in St. Louis who did that. He was a prosperity teacher. He worked with the Joel Osteen guy from time to time. He dressed like some weird fashion model when he would go up there. He didn't dress like in a holy, humble way. He would dress in like super flashy items. Like he was like trying all this fashion out, right? Like a fashionista. Like he's walking the runway. It's the runway model preacher. Talking about how you could be wealthy and prosperous like him. And what did he do? He bopped away with all that money, millions of dollars, bought a big ranch house in Florida. He was from St. Louis. And look him up. His name is Daniel Craig or something like that. David Craig. David Crank. There we go. David Crank. And yeah, it's pretty gross. I can't stand to see it, I can't stand to see it. So those are examples of people getting hustled by somebody who talks really well about, hey, you give me money and you'll have a big house with Jesus. Whoa. This guy, speaking of heaven and hell, this guy has a devilish glare. Look at this guy. You could put little red horns on this guy's head. All right. Joel Osteen has always been a scamming dude. Yeah, I mean, he's got the most earnest smile. He looks great. He probably sounds great. He looks like a crisp $100 bill. And he is a performing artist. But it's got to be BS because there's a quote right in the Bible. Harder to go to heaven than for a rich guy. No. I remember this. It's easier for a camel to pass through a needle than for a rich guy to go to heaven. That was Jesus' own quote from the Bible. So there's no way, dude. There's no way. Consistently throughout the Bible warns about greed, warns about jealousy, warns about all these other problems, glutton, and I just have a certain disbelief that these guys are billionaires and going straight to heaven for having billions, having talked everyone out of their money. Okay, well, you do pull the Giovanni, how nice. He's definitely Ash's dad. I see right through that smile. He does not know the Bible. Steal from the poor, give to the rich, the modern-day Robin Hood. Here we are. Well, yeah, Robin Hood. I actually really liked Robin Hood when I was younger. Here we are. Robin Hood, you have to understand the whole story with Robin Hood too, right? So King Richard, the good king, he went off to war, and his sleazy brother, right, he takes over, and he's running the kingdom for a while, and then he's got like the tax collectors and all them going around taking way more than they need to. He's a bad king. So Robin Hood's trying to help people who are like starving and all that. So there's a whole story to it. They really are, you know, it's not just, the idea of stealing isn't simply justified anytime you want to call yourself Robin Hood. There's a real need to help the people because the bad king had taken over and hired a bad sheriff. So it's a whole story. It's really fun, though. That was one of my favorites growing up, Robin Hood. All right. I also liked King Arthur. That was a really great story. Here's Josh Hills. Josh House? Josh, 10 Korean rocket packs, 1 copper coin. Oh my gosh, we're selling all the copper coins all of a sudden. Here you go. I ordered a while ago, did 2 gem packs and a couple Korean rocket. Didn't I already do that one? I swear I did that one. Hold on, let me see. I'm looking. Oh, no, okay, there it is. I see it. So Steven Gonzalez. I'm sorry, Steven. That almost looked like a, I'm sorry. Okay, we'll get that. No problem, man. There's a little confusion there. All right, there's our copper coin. Yeah, a little bit of a wait. Ah, yes, glutton. I can't stop eating. I don't think gluttony is just about eating. I think it's about gratuitous. Is it gratuitousness? Is that the right word? Great, I can't remember the word. It's about having too much of anything, almost, right? It doesn't have to be about food strictly. It could be like drugs or sex or money even. Although money, typically money is greed. Here we go. Ooh. But being greedy and being gluttonous is different. So we've got this. And now Josh, the 10 Korean rockets. We are surprisingly busy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What? You're going to steal from me? Who are you going to... Okay, well, who are you going to give the money to, though? Who are you going to give the Pokemon cards to? If it's a starving mom and her children, maybe I won't feel too bad in the end. That was also another part of Robin Hood. So in Robin Hood, the people he often stole from, in the actual story, he would sometimes kind of capture them and bring them back to the Merry Men, and he would have them participate in games. For example, he would let the people he's stealing from have a fun game where they're allowed to punch him real hard and try to knock him out and keep their money. Stuff like that. And so in the end, the people being stolen from would end up kind of liking Robin Hood a little bit because they realized he's not really in it for himself. He's and then he would take the money and go help someone else, and they'd be like, all right, I get it. You know what I mean? But there were examples in the stories of Robin Hood. There were examples of bad people who were being stolen from, and they just got really angry about it. And then also people who had maybe like redemption stories where they saw what was going on and they said, oh, that's why you're stealing from me. Oh, okay. Sorry about all that. And then they would be on their way. They'd be like, that's not so bad, actually. All right, there we go. Late night, boys. Myself, I learned from the church. Yourself, Mr. Will you be live on the 4th of July? I certainly will. I will be live on the 4th of July. Josh Hiles. Mr. Josh. Josh. Probably in this box. There were a lot of fun stories. Like there was a story of a bad guy. He was like a rich old guy, actually. And he had devised a really clever plan to pass through the woods and not be stolen from. New bag? New bag for Mr. Josh. Going once, going twice, you're getting a new bag. He created a special pair of shoes. And the shoes would hide his money. And the bandits, the merry men, figured this out by buying him free drinks at a bar. He talked about how clever he was. I outsmarted Robin Hood because he was able to pass through and not get caught with money, not have to pay the toll, the tax. Then he blabbed about it at the bar after they all bought him free food and free drink. There it goes. No, I'm Larry. Oh, okay, Larry Ellis. Mr. Larry. Should I start? Do you want me to rename your bag, maybe? I can rename it to Josh. If you prefer to stay Larry, we can do that too, but you gotta warn me that you're Larry. Let's see. And then there was Larry. Here it is, Larry. Okay. Josh is Larry. Religion is funny. There we go. I don't know what it is, but holy men often are like on some sort of crazy mode. Men who think they talk to God. God always tells them what they want to hear. Stephen Gonzalez, add $2 for Gem 2 packs since they're 5 now. Okay. And then you placed a new order for 2 Korean rocket. All right, you got it, 2 Korean rockets. There they are. All right. Nowadays, they steal your shoes. No, not the shoes. All right. But it was a really funny story because they tricked him into talking about that. Then they passed that news off to Robin Hood. And then Robin Hood played a game where he got the shoes off the guy, and the guy was really upset. It was just a fun story. Nato King. There were a lot of stories like that. If you guys have never actually read the novels of Robin Hood or King Arthur, you should take a while and treat yourself to some classical literature. It's fun stuff. You won't regret it. Reading's good for your brain. It makes you smart. Not like me. I can barely talk. There we go. I still need the Gem 2 packs. All right, no, I thought I opened the Gem 2 packs. That's probably where the mistake was made, because I thought I'd already opened them. Stephen Gonzalez, 2 Gem 2 packs. I thought I already opened those. Hold on, let's see. So you got that beautiful guy. Wow, I must have imagined opening them. That's pretty wild, man. Okay, so that explains much of it. I had imagined opening up the Gem 2 packs. Okay, let's go get you some fresh Gem 2s. Jesus. Sorry, Jesus. All right. 2 Gem 2s coming right up. Ta-da! Snip of this. Muhammad the Prophet is a fire name. You ready? All right, we've got Glaceon. And we've got... Oh, Flareon. All right. There are the 2 gem packs. Thank you so much for that. We'll pop these in here. No Umbreon this time. And I'll put you on here, okay? For the extra long wait you had there. Stephen Gonzalez. Good. My cards just left the post office, but the ones from a week before still say never received. Now that my second package is moving, I'm starting to think the first one never got dropped off. Mr. Hunter, again, we will keep an eye on this, but we had this exact scenario happen before. This exact scenario where there was like these really delayed packages. Yes, they were actually delivered, and the post office just isn't scanning them. So we don't know what causes that. We're going to give it a little more time, okay? We're going to give it like 4 or 5 more days, okay? I have no clue what it is. It happened before. Everyone was very worried about it. How long do you guys think that took? Like 15 days almost? It is. I'm probably going to have to contact them and tell them that it's happened twice and we can't have that. There we are. Hathim says 5 more Korean rocket packets. Here we go. Talk about it, Mary. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Mr. Nice Sleep. No problem, man. 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Friggin' UPS, USPS. Just a little worried, my bad. I totally understand you being a little worried. So far, nothing has happened to our packages, but we had a problem exactly like this one, where a whole batch of cards simply did not arrive. But why don't we do a thing, because if it's happening again, what should be going on is all the packages from that day should have that same problem. So we did have somebody but come into the stream and mention the same thing, that their packages says is still with me. And I said, oh, you're probably the same, shipment that Hunter Tipton is. There you are. So let me have a quick look into that on our software to see if there's a couple guys with the same problem in the same time period. That at least would tell us. You said 5 and grabbed 8. Did I really? All right, you got 8 of them, Hathim. All right. Hathim, you got to make me raise the minimum order, man. There we are. All right. Just the nature of this order, going through it $8.50 at a time. Lose 50 cents 10 times in a row, you've lost $5. And that's no good. All right. No more planes for Sasabi. Let's head over to history. All right. My P.O. box didn't pick up my mail for 3 days. I took it to the P.O. yesterday. They said technically if they aren't dropped off, they won't stop to pick it up. Really? Weird. I think them isn't listening to the stream. That's not true. He's probably here. Now, Hunter Tipton. It is from 9/23. So we're going to say past 30 days. Okay, good. We're in the past 30 days. We're going to go to 6/23. This one does just say printed. The other ones do say delivered. Wait a second. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. That is an international order. That is not your package. My bad. I'm looking at the wrong thing. All right, so, okay, here we are. So this is 6/23, right? Yeah, but this is the same thing. So 6/23... There was a couple printed, and they're all saying delivered. Yours is the only one not saying delivered. Let me look at the shipments from that time period. Hunter Tipton. Philip Webb. Very interesting. Maybe let me know when your cards arrive. Let me know if they're all in that one package. I wonder if it's possible for that to have occurred. Trying to think how something like that could occur. You ordered shipping twice, huh? Let me look again at that. There's no reason why that would have happened, but it's not impossible either. So Hunter Tipton, you had one printed. I'm just wondering if for any reason we did not ship out the first round and it got combined with the second round. God needs that money and gold. Mr. Mine came in yesterday. One of the richest people back in the olden days were the church, and sometimes richer than the kings, especially the Pope. Yeah, I remember that, learning that, because the King of England would go raid the monasteries because they were way too wealthy. The monasteries were becoming insanely wealthy. All right, yeah, we'll start keeping an eye on this because I wonder why it would say printed for so long. The only thing I can think is that the bag is still over here. I mean, if it's printed and everything from that time period correctly made it out, I don't know. Could you, so Hunter, could you contact me on Discord and just remind me roughly what was in that bag? Like any slabs or anything like that? What was the most expensive thing in there, just so that I know how big this one was? The church back in the day were literally just banks, basically. Happy to hear ungot nur package, bro. I need that IRYS card. Thanks for checking it out. You said 5 and grabbed 8. Yeah, what I would say is that based on what I'm looking at, it does not look similar to the problem we had last time. We had that problem, and so I just assumed that was this problem. It wasn't too expensive. I'll send you a message. Okay, that's good. And when your package arrives, let me know if all your stuff is in it that you were expecting from the 6/23 package, just in case, okay? I certainly didn't cancel this. I just wonder what it could be. All right, guys, I better hop off. Oh, we haven't done this giveaway. Hold on. So 4 spots on this. You ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Landing on 6. That means puzzles are hard. Pulls the card. There you go. Puzzles are hard. Do you got a bag? Puzzles are hard. What would the name be under B? I just said, what would the name be under B? Man, I must be really tired. I am so not super focused lately. I am really focused on other things in life. You are? One small order. I sent one last order. No. It's 5:44. Orders are over. They will be serviced in the daytime stream. You've got Josh Hiles for 3 Gem 2 packs and Hathim for 1 Magic Tarkir Dragon Storm pack. Now, wait a second. What about this Tyler Franson order, Magic Foundations? That's an older order. Let me take care of that. I'm sorry. Why did I see that one? Here it is, Foundations. We don't want to leave without this. Tyler Franson, Magic Foundations. Kevin says, Kevin Moo. Kevin Pfeiffer. Puzzles are hard. I don't know if you're upset that I can't remember your name very easily. That is very normal. I can't remember most names. Here it is. All right. Free signature. Okay. The only time I connect your YouTube name with your real name is on the very, very rare occasion that you win a break or something, that you win a like a giveaway. Here's Fairy. Ooh, there we go. Sky Knight Squire. That's a rare holo. Ashroot Animist. Our Habo the First Fang. Doubling Season. Mythic Rare. Anthem of Champions. Okay. What did I win? It's not Benny Hill. Kevin Vu is my back name. Anthem. Lovely. Sky Knight Squire. Lovely. Ooh. So here's the Swamp. An offer you can't refuse. Tatiova. Benthic Druid. Felling Blow. Bolt Wave. Tranquil Cove. Gnarlid Colony. Healer's Hawk. Runaway Together, and Soul Shackled Zombie. See, I would say this feels like usual Magic, where many of the cards are not depicting some sort of like iconic character. It's more like it's just this made up thing, and as a result, these have not been as collectible. So now that Magic is doing Final Fantasy, it's really, really collectible, it turns out. So brands are everything. Brands are very important. Just send you a message saying, I'm just going to wait for the second package to arrive. That way it's easier to rule everything out. Yes, let's do that. Let's wait for that second package to arrive. It is. Okay. Good. Very nice. So Tyler Franson, the Magic package was opened. Then for the daytime, we have Josh Hiles and Hathim. All right. It is 5:42. It's 5:47, way past the time I should be wrapping up. Thank you guys for being here in the very late night stream, the early morning stream. I will see you guys for the daytime stream for Thursday. I'd hate to miss that. I really like Thursday streams. See you later, everybody.